Hey there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Adam, and today we're going to look at some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy Reddit stories, consider liking, subscribing, and maybe hitting that notification bell too. Let's get started with today's first story. Much love, everyone. Today's first story comes from parents make me pay for stepbrother's college after kicking me out. Update: am I the A*** hole for not paying for my stepbrother's college? Original story: 9 years ago, when I, 26 female, was 17 and my brother, 19 male, was 10, our mother died after suffering for a long time due to a chronic illness. Long story short, I got severe depression and my dad remarried within a year. I got along with my stepmother and my stepbrother, 18 male, quite well. Then my dad kicked me out on my 18th birthday and my boyfriend took me in. I put myself through 4 to 5 years of college by having an almost full-time job. After graduation, I landed a managing job with an insanely good salary that was able to pay the rest of my college debts and save a decent amount. My brother is my everything since he is all the family I have left. In August 2019, he told me our dad is kicking him out too, and my boyfriend and I took him in to live with us on 3 conditions: stay out of trouble, do some minor chores, and keep up the good grades. He followed these rules and even got a part-time job to help out with groceries. He and I had no contact with our dad the whole time, just occasionally with our stepbrother, who we consider a friend. When he started college last summer, I said I would pay for it if he continued following the rules. He did, and I paid. I'm incredibly proud of him because he is only getting A's and is doing really well. Somehow, dad, stepbrother, and stepmother found out. My stepbrother is going to start college this summer, and they can't afford it without taking on huge debt. So, stepmother called and asked point blank if I would pay for my stepbrother too. I said no. I'm happy to pay for my brother, but I won't for my stepbrother. Since then, 4 days ago, this whole side of the family, including aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, etc., are calling me an A** for playing favorites. I'm going crazy over it because they won't stop after multiple no's. Edit to answer: does the stepbrother still live with them? Yes, he does. He turned 18 mid-November 2020. The family calling me out now are all from my dad or my stepmother. My mother has no family left. Also, I reached out to them after I was kicked out, but they never answered. It's the first time they are reaching out to me now for the top comments. Before reading the update: not paying, some nerve to toss you and your brother out the moment you turn 18, then turn around to ask you to support the other kid they don't want to bother with. Daddy dearest is a piece of work from the sound of it. Just send the family the link to the subreddit thread. To be honest, they could use many people telling them how A***holish they are. Not the A*** hole. Call them out for kicking you and your brother out and ask why this parenting suddenly showed up for your stepbrother. If your dad says crap again, tell him he should have been more frugal with the savings when his dumbass decided to have 2 kids and pick up a third and be enough of a bum to not afford sending a single one to college. Also, it's your money, not theirs. Your family is going to bitch and moan unless you cut their crap from the get-go. I mean, really drive it in how little you care about their opinion now. They have no say since they weren't this outspoken when you got kicked out. Side note, I was in a similar situation and had nobody there to help me, so reading this made me really feel for OP, proud of you and hope you and your brother succeed with everything you do. Yeah, dad should definitely pay for the stepbrother's tuition because he paid for his children's. Oh wait, no, I mean they should definitely toss that brother out as soon as he turns 18 and not care what happens to him, same as OP and her brother. Now they can relax and not have to bother making all those phone calls. Not the A** hole. They have a record of kicking you and your brother out of the family home. I suggest that your father and stepmother save themselves a bundle of money and kick out the stepson since he's now 18 years old. How ridiculous that they expect someone that they kicked out of their lives should finance the education of someone that they kept at home. Look at how much money they saved over the years by throwing out teenagers at the age of 18. It's not your problem that they failed to save $1 for Stepbrother's education. Not the A****. What's with all the people in this world thinking they're entitled to other people's money? I honestly cannot wrap my head around it. It sounds like you lived with the stepbrother for less than a year before being kicked out. If you're not as close to him as your brother, your dad only has himself to thank for that. It's only natural that you might favor your brother over your stepbrother. Also, it sounds like stepbrother hasn't gotten kicked out yet, and his parents are at least willing, if not able, to support him. There's also nothing stopping him from doing what you did, getting a job and supporting himself. Where were all these family members when you got kicked out at 18 and had nowhere to go? Why don't they all chip in and pay for the stepbrother's tuition if they are so concerned? And now for the update. A few hours after I posted this, I started to dig because I was wondering how they found out. I was paying for my brother since no one apart from me, my boyfriend, my brother, and my bank agent knew. It turns out a friend of my stepmother works in the administration office of the college, and she told my stepmother. I was furious as this is a clear violation of confidential information, and I'm currently working with my lawyer to serve her for this. Now, on to the real issue. Shortly after I posted, I reread the texts I got from my extended family. They seemed off, something was irritating me, and I figured out what exactly it was, the way they accused me and blamed me that ticked it off. So I called in a Zoom meeting. It turns out that when my father kicked me out, they told them it was my choice to run away and that he is disappointed by his child. He told the same story about my brother when he kicked him out too. That's why they never reached out to me. However, they had 9 years to do anything, and they never did. So, they are out of my life. I blocked them. I don't want to hear from them again. As to my father, stepmother, and stepbrother, they called me again and again and again. I continued to say no, and after learning they lied to everyone, I didn't bother to answer their calls again. I blocked them after that. My brother and I decided to go completely no contact with everyone from now on. I'm a bit sad that I won't be able to talk to my stepbrother. Like I said, we had a quite good relationship, like friends, but he supported and agreed with my dad and stepmother's way of talking to me. So I see no point in investing time in this relationship. I guess he was also just interested in the money, or he would have acted otherwise. They tried to blame me, saying I'm responsible if my stepbrother doesn't get a good job, but I just don't care. I had to manage it myself when they didn't give a damn. So I'm not going to give in. My brother, boyfriend, and I are moving to another city, 45 minutes away, next week, anyway, planned for months now, so it has nothing to do with this. I won't be likely to bump into them. We lived in the same city until now, and even though it's fairly big, there is always a chance of bumping into each other. I don't think they know it, and I'm not planning to tell them. If they find out, I don't care. To me, they don't exist from now on, and my boyfriend, my brother, and I will continue to live together as our little family. Also, because some people ask, my boyfriend has a big family, but they live on the other side of the world, so I've only seen them twice in the 10 years we are together. Again, thank you so much for all your kind words here. A lawyer is going to have a field day with that employee. If they aren't fired already, they will be when the case gets settled. Colleges generally settle these complaints. They were already put out of office after I filed a complaint. Be sure you save any emails, texts, and voicemails as evidence of you getting harassed as a direct result of that employee's choice to violate your privacy. I think I'm most disappointed to hear that your stepbrother, whom you considered a friend if not quite family, was behaving just as entitled as dad and stepmom. Very glad to hear that you're moving your new little family away from all this drama. But you have to wonder what her parents told him. I mean, if they told the entire family that she and her brother ran away, they could have easily told her stepbrother that she had promised them she would pay for it and is now backing out. I'm glad you're pursuing a case against the friend of your stepmom. That is outrageous. That's beyond messed up. I'm glad you cut them out of your life. You have your real family already. So true, and it really makes me wonder why on earth her extended family never thought to reach out and ask why she ran away. Now, for the next story, a Marie haul for buying my own laptop. After my dad said, I had to share the one he gave me. My dad got me a 17-inch male-used laptop last year for my birthday, and I used it for school and to write stories, but then his wife's son, 12 male, wanted to use it too. So now he said I have to share it with him. He uses it for hours. He freaking messed up the keyboard because he eats when he uses it. So they're all sticky. A few times he's messed up my stories that I have saved, either adding his own stuff or accidentally deleting them. I got fed up, so I told my dad I don't want to share it with him anymore. If they're not going to make him stop messing with it, my dad said he bought it, so I can't say anything unless I buy my own stuff. I have my own part-time job and have my money saved up, so what I ended up doing was going to Best Buy and buying myself one. This one was a lot nicer too, since it's not used. Now, her son is mad because he likes this one more, and my dad is pissed that I bought another laptop. He called me ungrateful for not appreciating my birthday gift, and it wasn't a big deal letting her son use it. He's not telling me I need to share it because I think he knows he'd kind of be a hypocrite for telling me to buy my own stuff if I want to have a say, but they're still mad at me. Am I the aholi? Now, for the top comments, not the aholi. Your dad is a huge aholi for giving you a birthday gift, then making you share it with his wife's son. Yeah, like I'm not opposed to giving a gift with the intention of making a group of people share, but A, that intention should be made up front, B, there need to be ground rules set about said item's use, especially when at least one of the parties sharing is a child, and C, it shouldn't be done for an occasion where the expectation is to give personal gifts, like birthdays. Graduation, other personal milestones, I agree with most of this, except that it needs to be personal for a birthday gift. If the expectation is that it's a shared gift, but you're the one receiving the most benefit, it's still fine for personal holidays, that is family car and 17-year-old's birthday. In this case, the aholi to me is that is pissed that he bought his own because he decided he didn't want to share it anymore, not de Joe he's given you a gift, then demanded you allow someone else to use it. That someone has messed up your gift and its content, and your dad did nothing. You then rationally went to buy your own version of the gift, so the kid couldn't mess with it and he's got pissed because you've rightly made him look daft. I don't fully blame the kid as being a bit of a pain in the butt, but is 12. Your dad is a nail, however, flaunt that laptop, but make sure to keep it away from grubby prying hands. A password will stop him logging in, but not from smearing it with jam in the process. 12 is old enough to learn that you can't always get what you want and that, if someone is letting you use something of theirs, then you take care of it. All they are doing is encouraging this kid to think he can do as he pleases without consequence. Opie, I would definitely make sure you take the laptop with you when you are not home or have some more secure place to keep it, because it seems like if the kid gets his hands on it and ruins it, no one is going to do a damn thing about it, not they whole. You solve the problem with your own money. If it was actually a birthday gift, it would have been your computer in the first place, with only you deciding what happened to it. Since you were forced to share, then clearly the original laptop wasn't yours. Therefore, claiming it as a birthday gift has the same effect as buying groceries and then handing you a bag of chips as a gift and saying share with everyone. It's something the family needed disguised as a gift. Tell your stepbrother or whatever he is how you got it. Maybe you'll be a good influence in motivating him to work hard. Also lock it up when you're not using it and put passwords on it and disable guest accounts, otherwise he might use it without your permission. Yeah, I put a passcode on it also. I have this chest with a lock under my bed where I keep stuff I don't want to lose, so that's where I put it now for the last story. Would I be a haul if I abandoned my baby, siblings, and father? I'm 22 and living with my father, my 2 half-siblings, and my stepmother. My stepmother and I don't get along and it's to the point where I'm actively looking for a new place to live. The issue is that they depend on me to care for my siblings, ages 5 and 7. They both work long hours and can't afford to put the kids into daycare. Normally, I'm okay with it. But it's difficult for me to find a job or do anything when I'm pretty much a stay-at-home mother for my siblings. I'm not resentful of the kids, although I do wish my parents had given me a choice before making me the primary caretaker. My father raised me as a single parent for the first 13 years of my life and has confided in me that he does not want me to leave. I have an older sister, 27, who left for the same reasons as I am. My dad worked hard to raise me and my sister on his own, and I feel guilty if I just leave him and my siblings, with my health spot of his stepmother. My dad has made it known that if I leave, I'll break his heart and, financially, they will be in trouble since they need to find a new caretaker. I would stay, but staying in the same home as my stepmother makes me crazy. It honestly makes me incredibly depressed. I've tried to fix things between us, but her only response was that if I'm unhappy at home then I can get out just like my sister. So will I be the Ahal if I abandon my siblings and my dad and break his heart in the process? Not they Hull, not your kids, not your responsibility. Beyond that, they could have made an effort to be better to you. My dad has made an effort, but is old and is often tired. He often says that he wants to keep us close at home, since he doesn't think he has much longer to live, and this makes me feel even more guilty about leaving. Yeah, my dad has given me that exact speech for 25 years now. He's still here and still being manipulative. That's what that is, manipulation, not Deja. Their kids are not your responsibility. I understand the guilt you feel, but you're not abandoning anyone. You're 22. You have every right to move out and start your life. Best of luck to you. My sister left me behind when she moved out, and I always felt like she abandoned me. I admit that a part of me was resentful that she got to live and be happy when I couldn't be. I don't want my younger siblings to feel the same way about me. Opie, that's because your dad probably made your sister take a parental role to you, and it's hard for a kid to understand. I suspect you now understand more the reasoning as to why your sister left. It's not your responsibility. Your parents chose to have those kids, not you, and you shouldn't be held responsible for their care, especially since that is limiting your ability to start your own life. It was less about being a parent to me and more about the fact that both of us knew that whoever was being left behind would be the primary punching bag, and she left me with that role. Knowing what would happen, I do understand now why she left, and I no longer resent her for it. I'm just trying to muster the same courage she had, which is difficult because I can't stop feeling like such a horrible person. I'm going to turn this one over to you. What do you make of this situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, support, and time mean the world to me. So, thank you so much for being part of this. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.